Hello and welcome to Saturday's edition of Cracking the Cryptic, where, as you can see, if you're eagle-eyed, this does not look like a Sudoku grid. Indeed it isn't. We are continuing our Saturday series of non-Sudoku puzzles with a new pencil puzzle by Skeptical Mario. Now, I don't think I've ever done a puzzle by Skeptical Mario, but I might be wrong. This is called A Fistful of Circles, and yeah, it's sort of a hybrid of circle logic. Don't worry if you don't know what these things are. I will explain when we read the rules. And fillomino. And it's been recommended to us a couple of times very strongly, and apparently it's lovely. It's got only 3 stars out of 5 for difficulty. So hopefully it will be achievable. But anyway, I will read the rules in a moment or two's time. Now, the most important thing I need to tell you today is that tomorrow is the 1st of December, and that means if you're a patron of the channel over on Patreon, it is reward day, and we have a brand new Sudoku hunt coming up for you, themed on dating apps. Swipe Right, it's called. I have to say, I'm not an aficionado of dating apps. I don't know a great deal about them. But Mark's an expert, so was able to explain it all to me. And so anyway, we've got some puzzles there, and that's coming up 4 PM UK time tomorrow. We are going to be repeating the prize for this month, which I still need to organise actually. Maddie and I are going to solve a puzzle together, so if you win the prize you will be offered the chance to make a Sudoku video that hopefully one day will appear on the channel. So that's coming up tomorrow. Oh yes, and we're streaming. We have set a date, Mark and I, we didn't swipe right, but we did set a date to do more Katadoku Pillar. Me and Rista's it really is an astonishing creation. I don't know how many puzzles into it we are now. I think about 24 of the 190 or something of these 6x6 Sudokus. Next Thursday, 10 PM UK time. Love to have your company for that. And a couple of other things to mention as well. I will say thank you to Sam in Iowa for your kind email, Sam. Thank you for sending me that. It made it warmed the cockles of my heart. And a couple of birthdays as well, one of which is late, but it's not my fault. I'm only too happy to do birthdays when they're late, and it's not my fault because I don't feel bad. But Mary, yesterday it was your 25th birthday over there in St John's, Newfoundland, and I know it's your birthday because your forgetful mum, Kelly, wrote to us, but only wrote to me at 10 PM yesterday evening, so I do feel that I didn't have a time travelling machine and couldn't include your birthday wishes in yesterday's video. But I know that you're a teacher of little people, and you love puzzles, sewing, and Dungeons and Dragons. Good on you. And you're having a remarkable sounding cake called a $1 million pound cake. I guess you've had it already. I don't know what a $1 million pound cake is. It sounds quite calorific and delicious. Anyway, I hope you had a great birthday yesterday. Many happy returns. Now, birthday today is Jonathan. Jonathan, you've turned 37. I think you're over in Lafayette in Indiana, and you've been watching for a couple of years, and you really like Pencil Puzzle Saturday. So this is a serendipitous birthday, because it is your birthday on Saturday and we are doing a pencil puzzle. So many happy returns, Jonathan. I hope you have a great one. Now, let's turn our attention to solving some puzzles and have a look at A Fistful of Circles by Skeptical Mario. It's getting darker and darker. What time is it? 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and it's barely light outside. Anyway, I will read you the rules. We've got fillomino. We have to divide the grid into regions and fill each cell with the size in number of cells of the region it's in. Regions of the same size cannot share an edge. Okay, so I'm going to assume it's normal fillomino then. So the regions we have to create are orthogonally connected cell regions. So this is not a region. Oh, it would have to be of size 5. Let's make it a bit bigger. That is not a size 5 region, because these 5 cells do not connect with one another through orthogonal connections. These two only meet at a point. A diagonal connection is not an orthogonal connection, so we could change it slightly. That would be a valid fillomino region, and what we would do, if this was the region and we were happy with it, we would fill 5 into all the cells. to indicate that was the case. Now, the next rule of fillomino is then that you couldn't have another region of size 5 touching this region of size 5, and that sort of makes sense because it really would indicate this wasn't two size 5 regions but one size 10 region, if you see what I mean. So you can't do that. Any region orthogonally connected with this region must be not of size 5. So that's the rules of fillomino. And then we've got counting circles. A number in a circle indicates how many circles contain that number. Oh, there are 41 circles in all. So it's told us. Well, that's remarkably kind. Skeptical Mario, what a kind setter you are. Normally, setters love not to tell you that and hope that you go wrong with the count, which can be absolutely catastrophic. So, well, we're told there are 41 circles in the puzzle. And just to make it clear what that means, let's imagine, well, you can see that 5 region has to grow. So one of these cells is going to be a 5. Now that means once you put 1 5 in a circle, there must be 5 circled 5s in the puzzle. Exactly 5. Not 6, not 4. There must be exactly 5. So hopefully that's clear. For solution check, note for solution checking. For regions larger than 9, that must mean larger than larger than 9 cells, enter the 1s digit in the region size and leave the cells with the 15 and the 26 clues empty. Good grief, that's a lot of instructions. Anyway, we'll worry about that. That's solution checking. If we get to that point, it will be a happy day indeed. Do have a go. The way to play is to click the link under the video as usual. But now, I get to play. Let's get cracking. I'm immediately going to take advantage of 2 1s in the grid. They must be sized 1 regions. Now let's go to the pen tool and delineate our 2 sized 1 regions. In fact, one of which is in a circle. So there can't be any, so all the rest of the circles can't be the digit 1. Because if they were, let's say we made that one a 1, that would be a second 1 in a circle, and it's only meant to be 1 1 in a circle, and it's there. Right, these 2s can't touch one another is what I'm looking at now. So let's make sure we illustrate that. We'll make those blue. Blue and orange are quite good for colourblind folk in terms of our palette. So, okay, so something I can see here is that, and this can't be a 2 obviously because that would connect 2 size 2 regions if that was the case. But when this one grows and becomes, fully adult, at the moment it's just a child. It needs another cell with a 2 in it to grow to be quorate and to be the size it's meant to be. It's either going to take this cell or this cell, isn't it? And that's a circled 2. Now this one has the same property. It is going to take one of these 2 cells in order to become an adult, and that's going to be the 2 circled 2s. Not only will it mean that there are circled 2s in the puzzle, but both of the circled 2s will be in those 4 circles. And that means this cell, which is also a 2 and therefore is a size 2 region, cannot take another circle. So that's either growing here or here. And any other 2s in the grid have to not be on circles, exactly the same as the 1s. So there are no 1s in circles other than this one, and there are no 2s in circles other than those 4 cells. Now what do we do? We've got 2 4s in the grid, which are definitely, I mean, those themselves, let's just give those a colour, they aren't in circles, but as they grow, they're going to hit a circle. Definitely, aren't they? The 5 is going to hit a circle. So maybe we're meant to... Yes, I like that idea. Right, I've got something. I've got something a bit more substantial than noting that there has to be a circled 5. That 15 is going to have to bump into a circle somewhere. I mean, that's very straightforward. You can't, though that is not 15 cells, is it? So to get this to be quorate and to have 15 cells, it's going to have to bump into a circle. And that's interesting, because now, one thing I do know about the numbers 15 and 26 is that they add up to 41. And that is the total number of circles. Now, given we've got circles of other sizes that are not 26, that 26 cannot hit a circle ever, because if it does, there'll be a 15 circle. The 15 of the circles will be consumed by the 15 that hits into a circle. There's going to be 15 circles with 15 in them. And then if that one bumped into a circle, there would be 26 circles with 26 in them. And that's all the circles we're meant to have circled in the puzzle, but that we know that there are other circled numbers. So this cell is not ever, or this region that we're going to build never hits a circle. So there's only one way for that to get out. Yeah, look where this is sort of corralled. If I, yeah, it's quite good actually. If I double click the circles, you can see this 26 region. It's going to have to come down here somewhere, isn't it? It's going to have to come down there to get out. Let's just do a... Oh, we've got a 6 region here. Oh, I see. So we've got to come over there. So this is a different region. Let's make that dark green. So that one's got to be a bit bigger. Let's put 6s in there, because it can only take 3 cells there. So it must take these 3 cells at least. I mean, it could come in this direction as well. But because it can't take more than 3 cells to its right, it must take these 2 cells to its left. Now, so how many we've at the moment? We've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, say. No, actually, let's do it the other way. Let's try and cram as much of the 26 into this area as we can, so we can take every cell that doesn't have a circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yeah. So that is the smallest, and well, it couldn't actually be that, because this circle would be a 1. Okay, but that was me trying to squash the 26 region into the eastmost cells possible. And one thing interests me about that, which is that cell. That cell was definitely in that panoply of digits. So the 26 region is going to spill out through this little Scylla and Charybdis, these 2 lighthouses here. So this is definitely part of this region. Now, it's quite difficult to see. It's quite difficult to see. I'm not sure it has. Well, it definitely doesn't have to come through there, but it probably could, if it didn't take too much other real estate on its journey. Oh, bobbins, now what do we do? So, I'm not sure. Okay, now we have to think. So now we know that there's a 15 in a circle. There's a 1 in a circle. There's 2 2s in circles. Yeah, there's 4 and 5 in circles. Now, does the 6 have to hit a circle? It does. Okay. So how have I got all? I've got all of the triangular numbers up to. I haven't got a circled 3 necessarily, but I've got a circled 1, a circled 2, a circled 4 because these have to grow and they'll hit a circle, a circled 5 because that has to grow and it'll hit a circle. This hits a circle as it grows. So I've got the triangle number for 6 is 21, i.e. what's 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6. Miss out a 3 from that. I've got 18 definite circles consumed by the digits 1, 2, 4, 5 and 6, plus 15 when that hits a circle. So 33 of my circles are already eaten up. So I've got 41 circles and 33 of them are already hypothecated to 15, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So, that's fascinating. So now I've got 8 circles that I haven't appropriated to numbers yet. But what I can't do is say, okay, well, I will then... So 3 is not circled, is what I'm going to tell you. Because if 3 was hit a circle, that would take me up to 36 circles used. And I would have to come up with some new numbers that I hadn't used already to consume the difference between 36 and 41. But I've used 1, 2, 3 and 4 and 5. So there are no numbers. So the only number I could come up with would be a higher number and it would break the cap of the circles. So 3 is uncircled in the puzzle. That's beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful. 3 is uncircled, so that's a region. 3 is uncircled, so that's a region. We don't get to write 3 in the corner. No, we really can't. We can't, because these can't be circled. But we do get 2 more regions, which we will make red. Now, let's delineate these, because they are actually complete. I think we might be able to do better as well, because we've got 8 circles to find, or account for. I mean, it's got to be an 8, hasn't it? Because it can't be 7 and 1. We can't circle another 1 in the puzzle. Yeah, we've used up everything else. So, right, so let's actually just keep a memo of this down here. The circles are 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 8, 15. Now that should, if I haven't made an error, add up to 41. And does it? 25. Yes, it does. It does. I'm just going to do it again just to make absolutely sure. I think it does. I've done it twice now and it did. So 41. So that 7 is not circled in the this 7 never hits a circle. That's got to be interesting. Let's make it yellow. So those have to be yellow because it has to get out. And this, remember, this purple has to connect with the 26, so that's got to come that way now. So this has to take another one because it can only get 2 cells from here. 1, 2, 3. It's still got to take 1. Oh, it can't go to this column. If that's 7, you can't connect this to this. So the purple's going to come up the right-hand side now. And that's got to curl around there. So, look, it can only take 1 more cell here. And that would only make it of size 6. So it must take this square, whatever happens. Bobbins, right. So we get 6 of the 7, and we don't know which of those is the final jigsaw piece that's going to allow us to complete our 7 region. So, but we know, no, we don't know. I thought we might know how the 26 closed, but we don't. Okay. So I've found 1. I sort of know where 2 lives. 4. There's got to be 4 circled 4s. But it's perfectly possible, isn't it, you know, for for those to be 4s, for example, and not have any interaction with these. There's got to be 5 circled 5s. 6 circled 6s. 6 circled 6s, which... Oh, that's an idea. I've had a different idea. I'm going to think about that in a moment. Let me just keep going with this. And this 15 has to... Ah, I've had another idea. I've had 2 ideas now. Okay, which one of those... I think I'll take the easier one first. What is that? I think that has to be a 6. Because... Well, we know it's not purple. So if it isn't part of the green 6, it has to be a 1, 2 or a 3 sized region. But it can't be, because it can't be a circled 1, we've had that. It can't be a circled 2, we're going to have that. And it can't be a 3, because 3 is uncircled. So that is a 6. And that must connect there, so that's a 6. So now there are 3 ways that this 6 finishes. Yeah, but that does bring me back. The other thought I had when I was looking at this 6, before I'd put this digit in, is that the 6 itself is not circled. Now, what that made me think is, well, there must therefore be another, at least one other 6 region in this puzzle, mustn't there? And that made me look at the 15, because the 15 is uncircled. However this region grows, wherever it goes in the grid, once it's finished, there would be a maximum of 14 circles in it, wouldn't there? 14 circles with the number 15 in it. So there must be another 15 region in the puzzle at least. And what that's making me wonder is whether what we're meant to do is sort of a complete count of the grid and work out how many cells we've got in the grid altogether. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 11. Square of 11 is 121. So we've got 121 cells, 41 of which are circled. So there are 80 cells that are going to be that still have to be accounted for. And we know the nature of some of those. Yeah, we do know the nature of some of those, definitely. I mean, 26, for example, this region, once it's grown to be fully sized, is going to consume 26 of the uncircled cells. The 7 is going to take... Yeah, so the 4s, for example, there are 8 cells consumed by those 2 regions altogether. But there can only be 4 circled 4s in those 2 regions, so there's at least 4 cells in the grid that have the number 4 written in them, but they're not circled. There are 3 regions of size 2 that we can see, so they're going to consume 6 cells of the puzzle, but only 2 of those cells could be circled. So there's going to be 4 uncircled 2s at least in the puzzle. Now what does all that mean? I'm going to have to do a count of this, aren't I? Which is slightly terrifying. I don't really think there's another way round it. So there's at least 2 15 regions. I don't know whether to do it having deducted the circles, the 41 out. Maybe I'll do that. So there are 41 circled, which are these, made up of these regions. But, for example, the 6 region here, there's got to be at least one other 6 region in the grid to create the thingies. So there's so 6, let's just put a cursor on it, 6 there, 7 here, that's 13, 2 3 regions, that's another 6, that's 20, this region, that's 46, the second 15 region is 61, that's not circled, 62, there's a 5 region extra, isn't there? So that's 67. 4 more from the 2s is 71. And 75 if I take another 4 region, which, because there are 2 4s, 75 of my 80. So I've got, on that count, which I don't really trust, to be honest, I couldn't have any other big regions in the puzzle. Because I've only got 5 of spare capacity, if you like. Let's do it again. 41 for the circles. Plus that's 67, isn't it? 74, 80, second 15 region, 95, 95, can I see anything else that I've obviously missed? There's a second 6 region, 101, 106, 110, 114, 115, and what have I got? 121 to fill. That's 6 difference. That's not the same number I got last time. I got 5 difference last time. It's still interesting, but I no longer trust the numbers at all. What am I doing wrong there then? Don't know. Maybe I just did the maths wrong. Let's do it one more time. So 41. Or maybe I should do it differently. I'll do it differently this time. I'll just add the total number of regions I know must be in the puzzle. So let's forget circles altogether. Let's forget circles and do it that way. So 2 5 regions is 10. 16. 2 of these, isn't there? So that's 28. 30. Another 30. There are 2 15 regions. So that's 60. 66. 74. 100. I'll add the 26 now. 107. Now, so that's totally different to what I got last time. But what have I missed out? I've got to have an 8 region. I haven't counted that at all. 115. That's the same number we got last time. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, so that felt more or less likely to be wrong. Okay, so what's that telling us? That is telling us that there is capacity for a third 6 region. That's what it's telling us. But nothing bigger than that can exist in the puzzle. So there couldn't, for example, be another 7 region, because the implication of what we've already discovered is that there would be 122 squares in the puzzle, which there are not. So, what does that mean? Let me think about that. So somewhere there is, well, also there is, so there are only two 15 regions. Oh, I see. We could have another 4 region instead, because I've got 6 to play with. So I could have another 4 region and then maybe 2 more 1 regions. That's possible. Oh, wait a second though. Wait a second. There's only one 8 region in the puzzle. I haven't got space for 2 8 regions, so the 8 region that we put in the puzzle has to have 8 circles in it. Oh my goodness me. Well, that's going to have to live in this congregation, isn't it? And that one. Although, actually not that one, because that would trap in a 2-sized region, and we haven't got any spares of those. Well, we haven't, well, to be precise, we could have a 2-region spare, but we can't if it's got a circle in it. In fact, okay, so what's that one then? That can't be a 6 region, because it'll bump into another 6 region. It's not a 3 region. It's got a circle in it, so it's got to be one of these regions. It could be a 4, couldn't it? It could be a third 4 region, a third 5 region. It can't be a third 6 region, and it can't be the 8 region, because if it was, this square in that 8 region would be uncircled, and that's impossible because it would imply there then needed to be another 8 region in the puzzle, which we know can't exist. So this is a new region that is at least of size 4. Now, and it is either a size 4 or a size 5. It's got 2 circles in it. So if it was a size 4 region, these two, which are going to grow and hit circles, could only hit 1 circle each. Oh, that's actually not too difficult, is it? Okay. No, what I was about to say is absolutely wrong. Don't talk nonsense, Simon. It won't work. But hang on. Yeah. Okay, so what's that is a good question, I think. Because, yeah, I see. I can, right. So one way of, let's come back to thinking about this region. Now, I don't know what size this is, but it is a region I didn't include in my count of 115. So this region, which is either of size 4 or 5, is going to take the total count to 119 or 120 of the 121 cells that we've got to play with. So there's hardly anything free. Now, this is most certainly circled, isn't it? So what it can't be now, it has to be the 8 region. It has to be. I can't put another 4 region in the puzzle. Or another 5 region. We've only got 1 or 2 cells to play with. And it's definitely a circled size region. So this is an 8. And it grows. Now, the other thing is we've got to make sure that the 8 region we build here is a contiguous sequence of circles. So we're not in that cell. That cell is definitely not part of the 8 region that we're going to build. Well, I was going to say it's got to be the 7, but it could be the purple as well. Let's give this one a colour, which we haven't had. Wow, I've used up a lot of my good colours. Sorry about this. Let's use... Oh, I don't know. Orange, maybe? I'm going to have to reuse my 1 colour. That's appalling. So, we can't get away without this being in the 8 region. Imagine this wasn't in the 8 region. Given the 8 region is contiguous and all its cells are circles, we could only take 6. So that's definitely an 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's definitely an 8. Otherwise we can't get enough. That's definitely an 8, or we can't get enough. So we've got a V pentomino of 8-age now. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it could be those 3. If it's not exactly those three, it's definitely that one, and possibly that one. No. Yeah, okay. But remember, these two can't be part of the 26. And they can't be part of it. There's no circled regions of the right size left, so they must be 8. Sorry, that's totally obvious. I was just being slow. So now I've got 7 of my 8 cells. What about if that one was left on its own? No, the problem with that one is that that could be part of the rogue 15. Because there's a 15 down here, and there's another 15 region somewhere in the puzzle, and that could very easily be part of that. That couldn't be the rogue 15, though, because it would trap this in at too small a size. Right. Okay, so am I stuck now? I don't know. What's that? That's yellow or purple? What's that? That's at least 3. It's touching a 1 and a 2, but it can't be a 3 because it's circled. So it's now at least a 4. But it's not a 4 because there can't be, as well as this possible 4, there can be no more 4s or 5s. There's no more of anything. It's a circle. Hang on, what is this? Let's just go down to our index down here. It's not 1, it's not 2, it can't be 4, it can't be 5. Oh, 6. Can it be 6? No. No, actually, that's a thought I hadn't had. Okay, look at 6. The most number of circles that this 6 region contains is 2 if it took that one. And there's one more 6 region in this puzzle. So that has to be able to take 4 or 5 circles. So it's going to have to be down here or up here. Oh, it's definitely not there. Because however I grow that, I can't get 4 circles into it. So this is not 6. It's not 8, because 8 can't get to it without going through this. Right, so this is 15. This is 15. It's the same. I don't know if it's the same region as that, but it's definitely a 15. I've run out of good colours now, so I'm going to have to use the darker black version. Right, that has to get out. Well, no, does that force this to be the 8? No, because that could be part of the 15. Simon, use your brain. That's what we say to that. Let me think about this now. I'm not sure. Oh, I don't... Are these the same? I don't think there's a particular problem with that. Does that have to be 15 as well? For the same sort of reason? In the sense that it can't be the 6, can it? Because I couldn't fill it with circles. I don't have to fill this. The second 6 doesn't have to be totally filled with circles, but it has to be quite clustered. The circles have to be quite clustered within it. Yeah, so what is this? It's 15. That's its only possible. It might be the same as that. I'm not sure, but it's definitely a 15. So there's now... Well, what does that mean? So we've got a 15 here, a 15 here, a 15 here. But it's possible that some or all of these join together. 15 is quite big. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, yeah. Although that might trap in too much 26. How much did the 26 need to take? It was quite a lot, wasn't it? I think I got it to come to at least... I can't remember if it was there or there. Let me just double check the 26. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I'm going to say not that one. Because I think if it took that one, I don't know what this circle would be. It can't be a 1, can it? It can't be anything. We can't leave behind small circled regions anymore. There are none available. Now I've lost my count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, I don't know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So I've still got 10 more cells to do without hitting any circles. Oh, I can almost not get this out. Wow. Wow. Yeah, okay, this is huge. I'm actually going to... I'm sorry, I keep double-checking things, but I mean, this is very close to not working. And therefore, if I've made a miscalculation, it's going to be bad. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Now... 17, 18, 19. I can't take this one because it will isolate too small a region. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. So so I have to take this square. I have to. And if I have to take that square, how does this 15 get out of its region? It can't come through here. It will cut this off. So it has to come that way, and that's beautiful. It's beautiful logic. Skeptical Mario, that is beautiful. Because now, well, I think this purple is totally forced. It's got no degrees of freedom. I'm going to fill it in with where I think it has to take everything. It has to take everything it can. It can't take these two because it leaves two small circle regions. Right, that's going to be the 6th region. But if this is 26 now, we've figured it out. 10, 13, 14, 15, 23, 26. That is it. So this is a 26 region. We can hem it in using the powers of black lines. Oh, I know what I want to do now, actually. I want to do the whole perimeter. That 7 isn't finished, so that 7 gets finished as well for the price of 26. That gets finished, that gets finished. Oh, well, that region is now, that cannot be a 1, can it? So that's an 8. This is 7. That 7 is yellow. This is orange. So orange, I think, has just got finished by dint of that logic. The 6 is not finished. That's got to come out. This could finish the puzzle. I say that simply because we've filled in such an enormous area. This is what I wanted to do. Yeah, look at... Oh, I see. Well, this is huge. What's this? And the answer is, it can't be sort of a 15 region. It actually can't be for many reasons, but it's got to join this. Because if it wasn't part of the grey region, it would cut it off as it grew. And this would be a size 3, 2 or 1 region, which we know is impossible. So this is a region, and that seems to confirm that this is a 5 region. Because it can't now be a 4 region, because it is of size 5. So let's fill all of that. That's finished. Whoa! This 2 region must be able to be finished. Look, that's the only place that 2 can grow to. This is, ooh, a 1. Is that all right? Oh, that is it? No, that's fine. That's fine. Because we had 6 degrees of freedom to play with, didn't we? We've just used 5 of them. So we can have a 1. We can have a 1 in the puzzle that hasn't been... And that is the last cell in the puzzle. And it doesn't look like the last cell in the puzzle, but it's the last region that I haven't accounted for using all of this nonsense we've been doing. So literally everything else in the grid. Well, let's firstly, oh look. The other thing I've just noticed is I said that had to be a size 6 region because I could see it was size 6, and in my mind I've ruled out any smaller size regions. But the beautiful thing about that is, look how many circles. 4, 5, 6. Perfect. So that works. That also suggests we're on the right track. Things like that don't happen if by accident. So now... Well, yeah, so now we can exactly state what the rest of this puzzle is made up of, can't we? It is made up of 2 5 regions, 2 4 regions, the completion of the 2 2 regions, and the completion of the 2 15 regions. And all we've got to do is figure out how we do that in some sort of logical way. This looks like it's got to come out here, but that might be wrong. Yeah, okay, well, that corner, any cell, any circled cell has to be, we know what its composition is. It's got a choice. It's either a 5, and we've only got 2 5s. Actually, we've only got 2 5 circles to do, and that's going to take 2 to get out. Right. Actually, I'm going to do this first. How does that 5 get out? I'm going to say it doesn't come this way. Because if it does, it can only take 2 circles, because we've had 3 circles with 5 in them. So if it does come out this way, it can't cut off a circle, and there's no opportunity to do that anymore. So it would have to do that, and that's going to connect it to another 5 region. So it simply does not take that square. It comes down there, and it can't cut things off. So if it turns again, it's going to cut off a region that's illegal. So it comes down again. They are the two. That's all 5 circles we've just found. So this is now all not 5. That is a 5. This is a region. 5 seems to be grey in our current thinking. 5 is grey in our current thinking. Let's complete the 5s. Yeah, okay. And what made me start to think about this, sort of which way that went, was thinking about the 15 down here. The 4s and the 2 regions can't reach this circle. And we know that all circles in the grid have to be 4s, 2s, 15s or 5s, and no more 5s. So these have all got to be 15s. Now, how does this work then? So these have all got to be 15s. They can't reach the 4, so they're 15s, but I don't know whether they're that 15 or that 15. Oh, maybe we do. 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh, bobbins. Well, that's actually probably quite likely then, is it? Is there enough space for this to be a 15 region hiding up here? Oh no, actually that won't work. I can see that this doesn't join up to this, actually. Because there's too many circles over here, aren't there? I could... 3, yeah, there are. At least one of these circles has to belong to the 15 region. Because I could put 3 circles in the 4 region, say those. I could put 1 circle with the 2, but that circle's still got to be reached. So I can't, so this doesn't connect to this. So does that connect to that is the next question. I feel like it does. I don't think there's enough space left for these not to connect. In fact, there's no regions. Any cell, like this cell, that has to be part of a 15. Because it's either part of a 4, 2 or a 5 if it's not. And, well, I could put 5 in there, but that 15 region is very small then. It's not of size 15. So that is of size 15. This is the same region. And there's no way, if this one joined to this one couldn't reach size 15, could it? The answer is no. There's just no way. So this and this join up. Oh, I see, and there's a 5 sitting as an island in the middle. Oh, bother. Oh, maybe this can't come there then. Yeah, that looks difficult. Because if this comes over here, how does this get out? It's got to come down there, doesn't it? And now this 5 can't bump into any more circles, so it's yeah, that doesn't work. That just becomes an I pentomino of nothingness that corrals this into being too small. So this, well, that 5 must go down there. Let's do it the simple way. So that goes down there. I say simple way. It's actually not that straightforward, is it? So, so I think the corollary of that, I mean, in theory, this 4 could reach it, but I think that's going to lead to exactly the same problem with this. So I think that's part of the 15. These join up. So at the moment, we've got 11 of the cells. We've got this is probably going to be a P in the middle, I think. I'm not certain that's forced, but that's just what it feels like. Now, and this, we've got to also make sure that overall we get to the correct number of circles in the 15s, which might or might not be straightforward. Now, how do we do this with any sort of sensible approach? I don't know, actually. I thought we'd broken the back of this, but maybe it's still got trickiness to make us consider. Let me think. What colour is that? Actually, I'm not totally certain it can't be that 5. I'm pretty sure it's not the 4, because if it was the 4 in any configuration, it's going to block this 5 in. So it's definitely not the 4. Is there a maybe there's a problem with walling in the 15 at the bottom here. Yeah, we could get a count, couldn't we? I wonder if that can be green. Because now I've definitely got fully enclosed in this bottom area a 2, a 4, a 15, and possibly another cell from this, but let's not worry about that for a moment. Let's just see if we can break it easily with 21. So we've got 8, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. No, it's not even close, is it? Right. So that is definitely the 15. The 15 is coming out. It needs to come out. I wonder if it even needs to come out through there. I should have done that logic as well, shouldn't I? I think it probably does. Let's actually just double check. So let's give the 15 as much space as we can give it. 5, 4, 3 is 12. 12 and 8 is 20. We've got 20. We've got 21 of cells. So that is also this part of this 15. But I'm not certain about that one actually, because I think now we would have the correct count possibly. Because we've got an extra 1 and that's all we needed, provided this 2 doesn't come this way. if that 2 comes that way, I think this does go out. Or does need to go out. We've also got to be a bit careful about not taking the wrong number of circles with the 4s, don't we? Because effectively, these 4s between them, there are 2 uncircled 4s in these positions, so these 2 4s have to collect another 2 uncircled cells, exactly 2. But there are quite a few cells available, I think. That must be a 15 as well. There's no way we can sneak another cell in here and cut this off from here. That really would be silly. Right. So this would be an interesting cell, wouldn't it? If that's 15, I think we've done it, because then this couldn't grow. But if that's 4, which is the only other thing it could be, because the 5 can't cut this from connecting to this, could that be 4? That's the question I'm going to ask. I don't know the answer, but that's the question I'm going to ask. It's tricky, I think. Yeah, I don't think it works. I don't think it works, but it's close to working, but I don't think it does. Because this has to come out. This 5 now has to come down to at least here. So this has to come down to at least here. Oh no, maybe it does work. In fact, maybe it is this. Maybe this is correct, because those 2 could be 5. That could connect there. How big is this now? It's probably going to be the correct size. Yeah. Oh no, actually, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, 15. Oh, but that could be nothing. Ah, that's interesting. So that doesn't work. Yeah, that doesn't work. That's really interesting. 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. This needs to be... Oh, so maybe that's the way to think about it, actually. Let's go back. I'm just trying to find an efficient way of doing this. Well, I mean, the point is that certainly isn't green. It's definitely 15. And now this square must be green. And now we have effectively walled in our 15 at the bottom, haven't we? And I think that means that this 2 can't take this square, but let's double check that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Yeah, so we've got 21 of cells between the 2, 4 and the 15. So if this 2 pinched another one, that would be not enough cells for what we need to do. So that 2 goes up. It's tricky. It's a tricky finish, this. This 4 is going to take at least 1 more circle to grow. So this can't take 3 circles. It can only take 2 circles maximum, because there's going to be 2 circles hypothecated to this. So this definitely has to get to an uncircled cell, which must be that one. Oh no, could it get to that one? Oh, I don't know. In fact, what colour is... That's the way to do it. What colour is this square? If that's green, these 2 are definitely green as well, aren't they? And I've taken 3 circles here, and that's going to break the world once this grows. So that one can't. That's got to be 15, which must run along the bottom of the grid. Now, what does that mean? Well, it can't. We know this doesn't take 3 circles, so it doesn't take those. So it grows there. That forces the 2 to come this way. This is brilliant. It's quite brilliant. It's a strange old puzzle, because you can start it really quickly, but it almost gets harder. It's bizarre. Right, so now... Well, now this needs to get to an uncircled cell, and the only one it can get to is there. So this is this 4 region. It's exactly that shape, and we can fill it in. So I'm just going to do that, because I'm hoping that that will actually make things easier for me. So that's a 4. These are part of the 15, which we can now do a count on, can't we? And work out how big it is. So we've got 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Oh, okay, it's got to take those 2. I probably knew that already if I'd thought about it. So that grows. This square must be part of the 15. The 4 can't reach it. And a 5 would cut off the world if it went down there. And all we've got to do, I say all we've got to do now, we've just got to work out how this closes. And we've got 6 here and 7 here. So we've only got 2 cells to play with. And we've got to connect this region to that region. There's only one way to do it. It's got to be like that. And that, so that was a p-pentomino, which is what I thought it might be. And that, I think, is the solution to the puzzle. And that's really clever. Skeptical Mario needs to take a bow, because that was incredibly interesting. I'm going to have to read the instructions about how we get a tick for this. What did it say? It said something about, for regions larger than 9 cells, enter the 1s digit of the region size. And leave the cells with the 15 and the 26 empty. So these have nothing. Right, so the rest of this, can we do that? Yeah. The rest of that is a 6 to represent the 26. And these squares, absent that one, are a 5 to represent the 15. That's a bit weird, actually, because now all these 5s seem to be connected. But we've got to remember this is a 15 region. Is it correct? It is. Wow. Wow, that was brilliant. What an interesting puzzle. A fistful of circles indeed. I might have given that 4 stars out of 5 for difficulty. I thought it was great. But it misled me. It misled me. And there was quite a lot to think about. You had to think about circles, and then you had to think about the overall grid size and how many regions you needed. And there was some lovely logic. The fact that you needed sort of 2 15 regions at least, 2 6 regions at least, because of the givens, is beautiful. And then the resolution at the end was surprisingly intricate, and there may well have been a way. If I'd focused on a particular cell, it was probably none of the cells I did focus on at the proper time. There might have been a quicker way of seeing how to do the finale. But I really enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments how you got on. I enjoy the comments, especially when they're kind. We'll be back later with another edition of Cracking the Cryptic.